Day one, tapping trees, January 4th. Yes, January 4th. We're about 4 days late. Usually we start on the 1st. Definitely not ideal conditions. As you can see, no snow cover. We're at about 2,000 feet in elevation right here. Wish it was a little bit cooler, but here we go. Day two, January 5th. Starting out early today. Hopefully get some taps in. And there's fresh snow falling. See how the day goes.
End of the tapping day. Got in like 1,400 today, but need to go through and charge the batteries. I don't dare leave these lithium-ion batteries charging overnight, so I'll just wait here for them to charge up rather than burn our building down. I don't know if some of you keep records, but I have in this book. The records go back to 2012 of every day that we tapped, how many we put in, the conditions. I don't really know what for, other than just keep track of like what spouts we used which year, and you know, like how quickly they went in, what the conditions like were like when we were putting the spouts in. You know, like in 2012 we did 194 spouts an hour, and that was with a stubby setup. So, and we've since gone away from those long ago. So, I don't know. It's just neat to have information sometimes. Sometimes it's too much information, but all right, next time. So we got this bush tapped. It's day 5 of tapping. I turned the vacuum on this morning. We finished up a couple main lines today. And I'm just taking a walk up. Just doing a quick valve check. Yes, I do have smart checks, but I don't have it all. Go to my phone right this minute. So just doing a quick valve check just to make sure there's nothing massive. And we're headed to the next woods. So we got a leak here, top of the woods. We're 7,000 feet from the releaser. And major leak on that one. Let's go find it. And there's the culprit. A missed drop. I had one job. Oh, I think I'd make this life a lot easier myself and not miss them. It would be as exciting, would it?
So these are the days that a lot of people don't talk about, or do talk about, brag about, I don't know. So our first kind of run, we got like 8,500 taps in. It's not really running. It's supposed to be. At least that's what the weather said. But trees had other things on their minds, I guess. Oftentimes, when we get rainstorms, we don't really get that much tap here. But anyways, it gives me a chance to get in the woods and try to check some vacuum leaks. Started at 6:30 this morning. I don't even know how many feet I've walked or whatever. I don't know, like 12 or 14 main lines so far. And finding some stuff, so that's good. But I'm soaked right to the bone. Everything's soaked from my big toe to the top of my head. Raincoats don't really help. They're not really raincoats. So yeah, we just keep pushing. And hopefully that'll get us one step closer to being tight. You know, it's hard to walk everything in a day, so one step at a time. Day 9, tapping trees here. And we got a little winter wonderland going again. You could say it's pretty and everything, and I suppose it is if you're just out walking around, but when you're trying to do something in it, it's not fun. It's super slick. All those sticks like that are just like trying to knock you down. You slip and fall on those things. But worst of all is, and I don't know if you can see it here, the ice on the tubing, especially the ice on the drop. Can't hold on to the drop to push the spout on. The tool doesn't want to stay clamped onto it. Just another day in Maple Paradise. So we got the vacuum on in the farm woods here, 2,300 taps or so in about 50 acres. I'm just doing the preliminary
First check here, firing the vacuum up and just getting any missed taps or huge squirrel bites or whatever we missed. Vacuum beyond from here out. So we got 5,000 left to get in the upper lot, and we're on the eve of a 12-inch snowstorm. So yeah, we may be on snowshoes after this. We'll see what happens. Yeah, you can see the colors of the lines change right here. That's because we had a logger in and logged this part of the land down in here, and he bumped my pipe with a tree one day and then dragged it out through the woods. So, you know, whatever, it happens. So here we are. I don't even know what day it is to happen here. Is it the 19th, 18th, something like that? Basically some of the worst conditions you can tap in. Snow on everything. I just whack that line with my hammer handle to shake it a little bit, knock it off. But if you look up ahead here in lines I haven't tapped yet, I mean, these are 5/16 lines. That's a 5/16 line. It's about 2 inches in diameter. So it's fairly miserable. Tools are full of ice. Ice on everything. We got, after today, we might have 4,000 left, maybe. So we're getting there. And you see the difference down here where the lines I already put in. It's hard to see it, I guess, but you can see the blue a little bit. And of course, tripping through all this stuff with brush and stuff with snow on it's no fun. It's another day in the woods. The snow is a bit sticky. Maybe that's an understatement. And it's a 5/16 line and it measures about 4 inches right there. Yeah. Good stuff. Well, there it is. Last spout of the year, except for the ones we missed. January 27th, 18,000 plus in the tree. We started a little bit late, but without heavy snowfall, we were able to crank it out. Do have about a foot of snow on the ground now, 10 inches maybe. No snowshoes, there's a little crust. This is our highest wood, so we're about 2,000 foot elevation. Killington skiers there is like that direction. So we're kind of on the backside of Killington, and here we go. Wait for some warm weather, get some vacuum on, and get some leaks checked, collect some sap. What are you doing? Huh? Very difficult to make vacuum when you got bear damage like that. Fun. There's nothing like finding frozen saddle leaks. Let's take a look, see if we can figure out what it is real quick. Well, this tree, even though it looks big, it's not very good quality. I'm guessing, judging by the fact you can see through it, and you can see it's been tapped many times to try to find some wood here. We may just be rolling this tubing right up. Yeah, that's not a good place to tap that. When we tapped this woods, I know there was a lot of snow on stuff, so that's definitely a fail. Can you hear that? Leaking? Yeah. Anyways, yeah, that's not the best. The drop is extra long. Maybe I can find a place to put it, maybe not. Maybe we'll just take it off. You know, it's a shame. It's a pretty big tree. There is a top on it. There's still some growth up there, but yeah, it's probably done. So here in my upper bush pump station, again, we're testing this 5 horsepower Arco liquid ring pump. The old Nash Elmo there, taking a break this year. So far, so good. We're gonna go out and take care of some leaks here in a minute. Don't really like where the numbers are. It's pouring rain. But anyways, this video, this here, voltage and amperage gauge. We added this just to know what's going on out here. We are on an extension cord basically. Let's see, I think it's like 800 or 900 feet we are back to the meter. So, you know, we've had some issues with the drives kicking off here and there, weird stuff, whatever. Just wanted to make sure there wasn't some voltage or amperage loss. We ended up having a breaker that was not right, kind of failing on us, I guess. Changed that breaker and everything seems to be working okay so far. But anyways, there's the 5 horsepower pump running, 2 lights and 2 heat tapes on valves, and there we are. We're 238 drawing 12 amps, so all good. Well, I do recommend adding something like this. You can even put this in your sugar house on your RO. We put one of these on our machine just to see what's going on, because a lot of times we are low voltage at our sugar house because we're on the end of the line. So you know, if you got something going on that's weird, sometimes the voltage can be an issue. It's just nice to know what's going on. So I do recommend adding that, and you can just buy that on the internet. It's pretty easy. You just need 2 wires going to it that feed 220 out of one of the breakers, and then there's the amperage ring that goes around one of the leads on your power coming in. So definitely grab one of those. It's a good thing to know. Kind of hard to see on the video here, but you can see a little bit the fog's team, whatever you want to call it, because it's trying to rain. And we're on the cusp of a 20-inch snowstorm tomorrow night. Just trying to get out here and walk some lines, check some more leaks. It's a never-ending battle, but just try to get ahead a little more. It's interesting. It's almost like out of a storybook the way the fog is. Again, doesn't really do it justice here on the camera, but you know, four-wheeler's down there probably 200 feet, but you know, it's just disappearing in the fog there. Got a little snowstorm yesterday. Snowmobile's buried in the snow and just been sitting overnight, you know. I'm gonna try to make some trails here. It's gonna be messy. March 7th, I believe today is, and we're finally getting back to making a little bit of syrup. Got 3/4 of a tank of 20% here in the concentrate tank. And we've been saving this sap for I think 10 or 12 days. So yeah, a little bit of a lull here in the middle of the season. See what happens. March 8th, taking a walk here in the highest altitude bush. Had some high winds last night, so just trying to cover a little ground with snowshoes on. I just noticing that, you know, the rings around the trees, really few and far between. You know, really sap doesn't get going until the rings around those trees opened up, you know, so the trees warmed up a little bit. It's trying. I mean, you can see the ring forming, but there's roughly 12 inches, 14 inches of snow right here. So, you know, there's a lot of season to go here. When is it really going to officially get going? Hard to say. So, you know, we're at 1.04 pounds, I think, or 1.05. So, you know, not even 1.5 pounds yet, not even 1.25 pounds. So, yeah, we'll just keep going.